fellow combatants, I got a quick one for you today. I was just recently reading a scientific study that looked at two different core exercises. What we were looking at is, how do these exercises affect disc pressure? As a fighter, it's super important to have a strong core. However, when we train martial arts, we already undergo a ton of disc compression. That's why you see so many fighters and martial artists have to undergo surgery on their disc because they get compressed discs. So outside of our martial arts training, we want to have core movements that do not illustrate a ton of disc compression. So that's why I have this poorly drawn stop sign here, because I want you to stop doing this one exercise and start doing the one that I'm going to give you today. It took me like 10 minutes to color, so be grateful for the quality. Let's get into it. So what I have drawn out here for you is your spine, a very simplified version of your spine. Important parts of your spine that we're going to look at today are your vertebrae, which are the bones that are responsible for actually protecting your spinal cord, and then in between them are your intervertebral discs. Your intervertebral discs are very important. They help with shock absorption in addition to assisting with movement between your vertebrae without damaging the bones themselves. Your discs are always under a little bit of pressure, but certain positions that we put ourselves in, such as with poor posture, slumping over, bending over to pick things up, it puts even more pressure on our discs that adds up over time. Hence why people get bulging discs and compressed discs and actually have to get them taken care of. And a lot of movements in martial arts, we can't help it. They just happen to put us in those positions. We're not going to ask you to stop doing those things, but rather, when you're doing strength and conditioning practices, you would rather decrease the amount of disc compression as much as possible. And the exercise that we see people doing a lot that's not really good for this is a curl up on a stability ball. Notice how at the beginning of this exercise, there's an exaggerated hyperextension of the spine. This leads to unwanted extra pressure onto the thoracic discs, which over time will add up and may lead to further compression and injury later on. So here's a stability ball, and here is me doing the curl up, or you it could be. Imagine whoever you want it to be. But here I've actually drawn out the spine around this person. And what you can see is you have an exaggerated hyperextension of the spine. And this exaggerated hyperextension of the spine is going to create unwanted pressure in these discs here, specifically in the thoracic spine. So as you curl all the way back up over it, you're going to see compression between these discs. And if you do this core exercise a lot over time, that's going to add up. When performing the stir the pot exercise, you want to try to keep a neutral pelvis, pulling your belly button into your spine. Move your arms as if you were stirring a giant pot. This has the added benefit of recruiting both the transverse abdominis and external and internal obliques. So when you're doing the stir the pot exercise here, as you can see, you're allowing your spine to actually achieve much more natural curvatures here. Thus, there's no extra disc pressure. However, you're still achieving the same abdominal athleticism that is critical to good martial arts performance. See this person smiling. Core training is hugely beneficial to one's career in martial arts, and it will actually increase your longevity quite a bit. A stronger core will actually decrease your rate of disc injuries in the future. A stronger core will allow you to hold positions better. So I am not telling you not to train core, but I want you to use exercises that are better for your spine. So as you can see here, your spine will be much happier after this video. I hope you guys enjoyed today, and as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share with a friend who needs it. Now get out there and get a strong core.